Hey folks, thanks for joining us again. My name is Adrian San Miguel. I am a principal partner enterprise architect hanging out at the AWS reInvent Expo Center, and I am joined today by my partner in crime again for another session, Brian. Say hey, Brian.
Yeah, so I'm excited here to be here live at reInvent. My name is Brian Terry. I'm a senior solution architect working on the Amazon Builder platform team, and we're live here at reInvent 2023.
Yeah, it's been a very, very interesting set of sessions so far. We've heard from storage teams, we've heard from security teams, if I'm not mistaken, and up next, if I'm not mistaken, we have a session that is featuring AWS Config. Is that your understanding, Brian?
Yes, exactly. I'm super
Awesome.
excited about it.
Yeah, I made mention earlier that I came from a storage background, which is true. But before that, I was a low ops manager and had a background in IT security, specifically security and threat remediation, where change management, config, all sorts of everything had to be logged somewhere painstakingly, so that when the auditors came to town, you could effectively just hand them the big binder and say, "Hey, here's my binder of stuff. Hopefully, everything that you need is in here." And love with everything holy. If I don't, I need to be able to go find it somewhere. Uh, Curious, Brian, you ever had that happen to you before?
No, I can't say I have, but I have a lot of experience with config though, because when I first started AWS, I was actually the segment lead for cloud management tool, what a technical lead, and I got to work a lot with config and our partners on the integrations with config. So it's great. I love the service. It's one of my
Yeah,
favorites.
that's right. And later in my AWS career, when I was working with the managed service provider, I did more tons with config, and I'm really happy and excited to be having a chat with you all again. And wanted to be sure that I don't butcher your name because every time I speak with you, I feel like I get it wrong. Please give me the right pronunciation of your name.
Yeah, it's great. Well,
So, hi,
Hey, hey,
go ahead. Yeah, now we can hear you.
hey, Adrian. Hey, Brian. So I'm a product manager with Amazon Transcribe. Here to present a feature that we launched yesterday on the Transcribe Call Analytics API.
awesome. How
Ah,
about you
okay.
introduce yourself?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that would be wonderful.
yeah, exactly. Super exciting. Yeah. So can you talk a little bit about what Transcribe is and at a high level, generally for
Yeah.
our audience?
So Transcribe is a managed speech-to-text service. So you can pass in call recordings or real-time call stream, and we convert from the call speech into a text. And that can be used across different use cases, such as in contact center or in digital media or in medical transcribe and many other use cases. So uh, what we have is, as a part of Transcribe, is Transcribe Call Analytics, which is an API that enables business customers to improve experiences for agents and supervisors in a contact center. It generates not only highly accurate call transcripts, but also extracts conversation insights to improve customer experience and enhance agent and supervisor productivity. So some of these conversation insights include such as call drivers, monitor call sentiment and classify calls, and many others. So what we launched yesterday is a feature which is called as generative call summarization, which can boost the productivity of agents and supervisors further and improve on customer experience. So summarization feature, as you can think of, the whole conversation can be condensed into a very concise summary of what was the reason that the customer called, what the agent did during the call, and how the agent helped in resolving the issue for customer. So this is the feature that we launch. From a usage perspective, you can just pass in a call recording, and Transcribe Call Analytics will convert the whole call recording into a speech to text. It will convert to text transcripts. It will generate actionable insights and also deliver a concise summary, all through one API through this feature.
This
What
is really
what
cool.
what? One API is going to take sentiment. It's going to parse the information and give you something actionable, tangible at the end of it in the single API. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah,
I don't think I've ever
Yeah.
seen that before.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, so all you need is to pass in a call recording, and you get
Okay.
all these insights and summary also right now with this launch of the entire call recording. Actually, the value proposition is more that today what happens is that contact center agents spend a lot of time writing, manually summarizing the notes after each call, and
Hmm.
that kind of impacts their productivity. Plus, it also makes the call queue times higher, longer, because callers wait on the queue longer because agents are spending more time on after call work. Not just on agents, even managers in a contact center also spend precious time listening to the call recordings or reading entire transcripts while investigating caller issues. Now, once we have this feature, which is summarization, agents don't need to spend those time. Agents can just uh, go to the next call and just focus on helping the caller and talking to the caller, and don't need to spend their time on after call work such as summary notes. Managers don't have to go through entire transcripts. They can just look at the summary to understand the gist of the conversation, so they don't it's easy for them as well. So it kind of like helps both agents and managers, as well as improve customer experience in a business's contact center as well.
I
Yeah,
assume this kind of helps with training and this kind of stuff, right? Like when you're trying to train agents, like you can have them look at the transcripts and then understand different situations. This is
Y-
cool.
Definitely, Brian. I think that's a great use case also. So, agents can look into the summary of like, and the other thing is that earlier every agent had different set of expertise, and how they write the summary was also different. Now, through this feature, because we are powering this feature through generative AI, and it will be consistent in the summary quality, and so the overall quality wise also there is not much of a difference between agent versus agent. So all the summaries will look almost like in the same quality range.
It's
yeah.
amazing.
This reminds me of a conversation I had back with years ago with a friend that managed a call center as an IT manager. Um, he absolutely could not get these agents to actually put in anything other than shorthand or abbreviations or just random three-letter acronyms for like every word. And as you mentioned, you nailed it. Going back and having to make sense out of that or be able to concatenate that into some sort of actual report, it was impossible. It was just a bunch of really gibberish that was spread out, and there was no real way to understand how the individual agent or the org overall and how it was trending. So being able to extricate time from that, dedicate that back to working with customers, shorten the call queue time, and then being able to get to in the event of like, I guess, some issue with the customer, let's just say something hypothetical billing, getting closer to that mean time to resolution and getting that as short as possible. At the end of the day, is the win for the end customer, and then of course the consumer of the service itself. That's it. That's
Exactly.
pretty
Yeah.
impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see the saying saving valuable time for the call center representatives, right? You take a call and then you have to summarize it. It could take 10, 15 minutes. And if you don't have to do that per day, you can just focus on the customer. I think this is an awesome, awesome solution.
Yeah.
Yeah, even a couple minutes an hour is it's
Right.
invaluable at the end of the shift.
Yeah. And you add this up over years. I mean, man, this is amazing.
Yeah, would love to see what this is going to look like. You got me
Yeah.
more
So
than hooked at this point.
yeah, this is a console experience. So we do provide this feature outside console through APIs, but just to show you the experience. So this is the Transcribe console, and there is a post call analytics, which is part of Transcribe call analytics API. So you can go ahead and create a job here through this link. So what you pass in as part of the job is few things, like you pass in the name of the job. Which can be any name that you give. You pass in the language of the audio, what conversation audio it was, where the like you pass the call recording, which is which can be in different formats, and then that's it. And then you select an IAM role which has access to that
Whoa. Hey,
the
whoa.
audio.
I think you glossed over something really important, really cool. The language. You can pick your language with this. This is amazing, right?
Yeah, yeah, I must have missed that.
I know. It's like, wow, that's not a small feature there. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
So yeah, the so Transcribe, like you can also do automatic language identification, which is an existing feature. You don't need to even pass in the language. You can Transcribe can auto detect language through the feature as well. So yeah,
Um,
so and once you provide these information, once you click on next, what you need to do is you need there is a summarization tab, and you just need to turn on summarization, which is an enable box, and then that's it. You just click create job, and hardly it takes couple of minutes or less than that, based on the length of the audio, and you should be able to see the summary. So the summary, just to show the summary, it will look very similar to this. So it will show you a text transcript, which talks about what the agent and the customers was speaking about, and which is a very long, as you can see, it's a long transcript, and the summarization will be just like 2-3 lines of condensed summary of what the customer called about, what the agent did, and what was the action item or the outcome of the whole conversation. So very quickly, a supervisor or an agent can go through the summary and understand about the gist of the conversation, and they don't have to read the whole transcript here, which is existing. So that's a summary of this feature.
And that's just for short conversations. I can imagine those multi-minute, potentially long hour, multi-day type of engagement. That would be huge, especially if you can save the individual that amount of time and work to go through it and to actually get to the TLDR and the actionable outcome. And in this particular one, I like the way that it specifically called out what the problem was. It very much in the star format that we love to talk about at AWS. Talk about situation, the specific task that was asked, the action, and then the net result. And in here, it looks like as a part of this transaction, the hotel offered the customer a bit of a discount on the way back just for the hassle. Being able to grab those snippets and talk to a report is going to be huge. I mean, internally, we do a ton of reporting at the end of the month, end of the quarter, etc. And it's essentially a multi-hour, multi-day process for leadership to take those reports months to not get the 2 sentence snippet. I can very quickly see how anybody in operations or anybody in a customer-facing role is going to be delighted by this feature. This is going to be pretty revolutionary.
Totally, I agree, Adrian. I think this is a really powerful feature for a contact center operation, like because this is one of the key time that an agent or spends in after call work. One study says that almost agents spends almost 30% of the whole call time in after call work, and this particular feature can reduce that and kind of like improve their productivity by a large percentage. So yeah, they're very excited to for customers to start using this feature and provide us feedback.
Wow, I'm kind of
It's
speechless.
great. It's great.
Yeah, the cool thing here is it seems like it's incredibly intuitive to get started. The customer doesn't have to really do a whole heck of a lot of anything. But as they get going and start consuming this, if you have any bits of guidance and any nuggets of wisdom that you may wish to leave with customers or impart to help folks get going on this journey.
Sorry, Adrian, I did not hear your last.
Okay, yeah. Any bits of nuggets that you may wish to leave for customers as they get started in consuming this?
Yeah, definitely. So this feature, like it's very easy to, as I said before, it's very easy to use. A single API is all it takes to generate multitudes of different analytics and summarization feature. If you would like to learn more, we have a Chalk Talk in reInvent, which I am presenting along with my SA specialist at 3 p.m. today in Caesars Forum. So definitely would like to like you can attend that. And our there is also a couple of blog posts which is in our website and web pages and in LinkedIn. So definitely take a look and read through that, and it explains a bit more about the feature and what it is. And yeah, that's it. And really excited for getting this opportunity to talk about this.
Oh, thank you
Awesome.
so much. Thank you so much for joining us. Brian, anything that's come to mind for you? Or we let
I,
go?
yeah, I just want to say thank you for creating the solution. This is going to save a lot of time, and a lot of people are going to really enjoy this. So super cool, and thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Brian. Thank you, Andrea.